Hello, welcome and namaste to yet another wonderful episode of Coca-Cola, the evening show at 6. You're watching Himalaya Television. I'm Sadichha and I have two entrepreneurial guests today with me. Husband and wife duo, I have Kriti Shakya and Manish Shrestha. So let's welcome to the show. Welcome Kriti and Manish Dai.
Hello.
Hello, namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you so much for being here. So Kriti, I see you every day, almost every day at the gym. I'm meeting Binadu Banam for the first time. And so to start off this conversation, you have so many ventures, from Kazi Studios, Samrajya, Maicha, and a lot more ventures that we'll talk about. But both of you were living outside of Nepal. Dubai and America for almost 10-12 years. So how did you and why did you decide to come back?
I think the main reason was we got bored of just living there. You have like just one emotion. You're either happy or you're depressed. And over here, life is a lot more exciting. And plus, I think family reasons too, we decided to move back.
Yeah, I think like in the US, after a while you get bored. There's both of us, we were in like among the higher levels in our like works as well. So the only option was buy a house, get a dog, and live in the suburbs. So we thought like maybe we should take an adventure. So we thought we'll come back to Nepal or somewhere in South Asia or we thought of coming back. Nepal, it seemed like it was so much easier over here. It was very challenging. Katikura was even more nicer. Like your emotions run like dinko manche mardiu jasto लाग्छ कहिलेकाहीँ by taxi ले काट्दाखेरि यस्तो रिस उठ्छ. Then again you see your family, my nephew and all, and you feel so happy. It's like the emotions run so high and low every day.
So basically a fulfilling life over here, more than despite all of the negativities, I guess.
Yeah.
So for a more adventurous life, you guys came back. So after you came back, Zagir khanu bhayo ki afno firm suru garnu bhayo?
We started our own. So we both of us we worked advertising agencies ko lai kaam garte US ma pani in different companies, but it made sense Nepal ma aunदाखेरि हामीहरुकै advertising agency jasto सुरु गरौँ भनेर. पहिला चाहिँ हामीले अरु advertising agency हरु हेरे थियो नेपालको हैन. तर most of the advertising agency यहाँ चाहिँ they don't do any creative work. उनीहरुले खाली media buying बाट धेरै सो गर्छ अनि creativity मा they just include it in along with the package भन्ने किसिममा हुन्छ. So we wanted to change that paradigm Nepal ma चाहिँ हैन त्यो अनि हामीहरु चाहिँ we were more in the creative field. So हामीहरु चाहिँ no, I think like creativity needs to be charged as well. Creativity is the main thing that sells. So
I think that's we've been trying to fight that because people don't understand as to design ma चाहिँ नि पैसा actually दिनुपर्छ भनेर. So and then the sort of like a talk that I give them is about t-shirt त्यतिकै किन्यो भनेपछि it's like 500 रुपैयाँ, but if you slap on a graphic that automatically jumps to double the price. Right. So what are you actually paying for? Whereas the t-shirt quality the same हो तर design ले गरेर तपाईहरुको boost भयो नि त भनेर.
So that's when you so after you came in, that's when you started Kazi Studios भनेर हैन. And then the other thing I learned about Kazi Studio is that the clients get charged per hour, for any creative work. So you was it something that you brought from the US or Nepali मान्छेहरु like clients especially per hour pay गर्न like convince गराउन कतिको गाह्रो सजिलो भयो त?
I think it was actually an uphill battle and people were sort of like shocked at the first.
Exactly.
It's like मलाई किन hourly तपाईले धेरै गर्यो भनेपछि how am I supposed to justify that?
Exactly.
And then I was like, well, we sort of do evaluate in the back के भन्छ hourly हामीहरुको कति time लाग्छ अनि त्यही अनुसार to break even it'll be this, the cost and everything add on गरेर. So why not in the US too we used to charge hourly.
Most of the Western world ma चाहिँ all these creative world ma चाहिँ hourly नै charge गरेर हुन्छ, and that's what we were used to do. And so we're trying to explain people कसरी हुन्छ, this is how it works and यसरी गर्नुपर्छ, otherwise we cannot work. If you need good design, yes, hourly मै गर्नुपर्छ भनेर हैन. It was very tough. Paila it was really hard, like selling that to that like after 3-4 years, we went to one of the clients and pitched to the client, and it was like, oh, we charge hourly. The client was like, it was very surprising. Espali tinta company applied, and all 3 of us said that they were charging hourly.
Okay.
So it was really nice to see that Amirko Open was actually taking an effect. Like they started to realize that that's how what works. And all other three companies, but we were actually somebody that we were somehow involved in with, so they got inspired from us.
Okay.
So it was really nice to see that actually the paradigm shift was happening.
And so, the designers who work also, of course, designing is such a hard work that you put in creativity, science, and hours of hard work actually required for one particular design to finish. So effective when it comes to the designer, you know, because hourly pay garirako cha bhanera alikati alchi garera maybe alikati dherai hours dekhaidim ki jasto gare pani huncha testo problems have you guys faced?
Not necessarily. We come with like a lot of experience as to if you're designing a brochure, this is how long it's going to take. And I think it depends on like back in like when you're designing, we are like, oh, malai ta yati ghanta lagyo design garnalai, and plus with the constant feedback or change garera finally output nikaldakheri chai it's going to take this long bhanera chai we sort of calculate. And we sort of give an average of like, okay, junior designer, senior designer, kati time lagcha bhanera, not like we're trying to cheat like the client, but also to provide the best competitive rate, because we are swimming an uphill battle, and if it's like too crazy the rates, it'll be harder for the clients to approve.
Yeah, also we have a project management system which keeps track of harik kaam that we do. So harik usko hourly yo kaam gare yo hour ma yo kaam gare we have a system that we track. So even our junior developers or designers are when they're working on something, they have to keep track of what they worked on. So if you're saying, oh, you're going to 10 ghanta lagyo 10 ghanta ma if they really need it, we can provide them with an explanation on, we worked on this, we did research on this, which took half an hour.
So it was systematic. And one of the things that you also brought from the US was board games, you know, a lot of board games, and we'll talk about that in a short while. So if you want to know what this board game is all about, do stay tuned and catch us after the break. Welcome back after the break, everybody. You're watching Coca-Cola, the evening show at 6. I am Sadichha, and I am in conversation with Kriti Shakya and Manish Shrestha. So, break agadi hami kura garira along with so many things that you brought from the US. A few of the things that you brought were board games, which were very popular amongst your friends. And Kazi Studios later on also made Samrajya, the very first Nepali board game. So, isko your transition kasari bhayo tapaihharuko?
I think,
we used to play a lot of board games when we were in the US. And in Nepal, we brought along a bunch of our board games, and we just, like played it with a bunch of our friends, and we got a really good response from them. It really activates different parts of your brain playing board games. You have to use different strategies. But in Nepal, there was a very new culture. So we got inspired to, why not Nepal? Why not build a board game? And since we own a creative agency, we were like, yeah, that's right along our alley. We were like, let's build something. Our office free time, we came up with this board game. It's called Samrajya.
Exactly. So Samrajya, not just a fun board game, but let's say you've made a lot of information also add garera Nepal ke barema, you know. So your information rakhne bhanne chai kasko soch thyo out of the two of you, to be honest?
No.
Actually, it's the entire office ideas.
Really?
Not only work, it's not only the two of us. We have like engineers, we have developers, we have designers, admins. All of us, we come together and we sort of like brainstorm as to ki garne ho. So your board game ma chai ni, I think we sort of like brainstormed and we were like, maybe it needs to have some Nepali pan in it. Ki garne bhanera, and then we came up with how Nepal, Kathmandu Valley was conquered by Prithvinarayan Shah bhanera. So let's talk on, elaborate and
so step by step game when the players play, they'll be able to get a bit of history and knowledge also through this game, right?
And not just history, even like there's so many places, actual places and events that that's along the path.
Right.
So there's like Bagh Bhairav Jatra that happens in Kirtipur, Bungdeo Jatra in Patan. So kids can actually learn about these events and Bhaktapurma, Juju Dhau and all that. So they can actually learn about this and then get more inquisitive about these events and places. So the parents can actually take them to these jatras and places and then get a different experience about it that they'll remember for a longer time.
True. So the office the whole office was behind this, creating, testing this. But ready by when you send it maybe to your family, friends to test the waters, what kind of response did you get?
I think initially, like they were, it was harder for them to grasp the concept of can I use this? Can I use that? So for us, it was a lot of like learning phase as to, they're confused in this alley or they're confused here. So let's make our directions a lot more easier, and also the timeline. Like previously, when we played, it was like a 2-hour game. And then we're like, people are not going to be that interested. Right. So we've cut it down. So I think the second edition has a shorter version of Samrajya too. So like within 45 minutes to an hour, you should finish the game.
Yeah, we also got phone calls at 11 at night, 2 in the morning saying, what's the rule for this?
Okay. And so you've already sold, 1,000 plus copies of this with there's a demand of this board game outside because Nepali and to have something as special as the first ever Nepali board game, people must be really, really excited. So हाम्रो जो बाहिर विदेशमा बसिरहनु भएको नेपालीहरुले पनि खेलिसकेपछि रिस्पोन्सहरु दिनु भएको छ होला. So have they also learned something new from the board game?
I think right now a lot of like grandmothers, grandpas, the newly kids are so they go take it in our siblings or nati. So it's so nice. I think we've gotten like a lot of feedback as to it's so nice to have like people ask you, Bhaktapur kahan cha, or like what is Juju Dao. So that conversation between a grandma and
their grandchildren,
in our I think it sort of achieves what we're trying to do as to build that interaction between different people. And the game is so simple that
and we actually had comments from some of our clients. One of our clients said that usko chora came to me and asked me about Bungdia Jatra, and it was on the board game. That's how he learned and so it was very nice to hear that we're actually reviving that as like not just in Nepal, even abroad. But
true. And after the success of Samrajya, you're also moving into drinking board games, right? Ani bhatti bhanera pani nikalnu bhayeko cha. So after this, so first board game prepare garna ra second garnama, was it faster? Was it the same? Difficulty, challenges, or ke kasto thiyo ta?
I think it was a lot more faster because Samrajya was like we were trying to get it 6+ kids whereas Patti is this like
right 18,
something that we love doing too. So it was a faster spin around time for that too.
Yeah, also like I think like Samrajya Meta we got a lot of idea on like kasto kisamko reaction huncha, kasto kisamko huncha, so it was a lot easier to come up with ideas on it too.
And you see this transition where most of our favorite board games that like we grew up playing, Ludo, Snake, everything is in our mobile phones, So was there ever a risky factor or threat jasto la sabai kura yo mobile phone ma gaira cha, iPads ma gaira cha, computers ma gaira cha, why are we making something like board game and going back and just the feeling kaile pani ayo tapaharलाई?
No, I think on the contrary, we wanted like even if you go to parties, instead of talking to one another, everyone is on their phone, right? Ani bachaharu ta especially instead of like learning how to interact with one another, phone ma game khelo ki ta, they are like in their own silos. So this one we really wanted to say no, kids are not allowed to have phones. Let's all get together and play a board game. And I think it's been a great conversation as to wherever I go to parties, like board game let's play board game.
Definitely. I think this will also bring the whole family together. Whereas like for example, in a family gathering, if there are 5 people, a mobile phone, they're all in their own zone. But if there's a board game around, then everybody will come together. So and with Samrajya, they can also definitely learn a lot. So board games, is there any particular favorite board games that you guys love to play?
I think our all-time favorite has always been Settlers of Catan.
Yeah, we used to play that a lot. We have like multiple copies of them at home.
Anita pura family ko jhagra, isko jhagra. So that really created that family feud. Other than that, I think recent ones we've loved playing was Ticket to Ride, Dominion. Agricola. There's like a couple of others that we keep playing.
There's a small board game group on Facebook that regularly meets. We haven't had the time to meet on that, but the culture is actually growing in Nepal. So we've actually learned a lot more board games from that group too.
So, where can our viewers buy Samrajya from?
So you can buy it online at sastadeal.com Nepalma, or there's a store that we just started called Alchi in Samsikel. Alchi ko pasalma pani paउँछ. Local project, the Timro
concept store. Little things ma pani paउँछ.
And outside of Nepal?
So outside of Nepal, it's on Amazon right now. We just got it on Amazon. So US ma you can buy it on Amazon.
All right. So we're talking more on Samrajya. We're talking to Kriti and Manish. Don't go anywhere. Be back after the break.
Brought to you by
Gokam Russia Zam. 40 रनले जितेछन् FIFA World Cup हेर्न जाने मौका. Gokam Russia Zam.
Welcome back after the break, talking to Kriti and Manish. I am Sadichha and you're watching Coca-Cola, the evening show at 6. So, board games, Kazi Studio success, but there are so many things that you're also involved in, like there's Allare, there's Smart Maka, there's the Alchi store where you can also buy Samrajya and the other board games. So, different ventures and you guys make it seem very easy, but I'm sure there must have been challenges when you ventured out. So, what are the challenges that you faced?
I think the products that we're trying to bring out is trying to solve a problem that we face in Nepal. And also, like, it could be an easier solution or it could be like a harder solution for us. And I think trying to convince people that this is a solution, because people are so much in their mindset going around their daily ways, adjusting to the problems that they have, that even if we provide a solution, it's
do
like,
I really need it?
Yeah.
So that is what it is with Smart Maka. It's a technology product. So alikati more elaborate gardeners na isko bare ma.
Okay. So Smart Maka, it's a IoT related product. So Internet of Things भन्छ. So remotely हामीहरुले चाहिँ सेन्सर्सहरु स्विचेसहरु कन्ट्रोल गर्न सकिने. So त्यो पनि हामीको अब अफिसमै बस्दा बस्दा प्रब्लम्सहरु आएको देखेर सबैभन्दा सुरुमा त गर्मी महिनामा फ्यान अन गर्नलाई त्यहाँसम्म गएर को जान्छ भनेर भन्छ कराउँदा बेला बरु रिमोटली यहीँबाट अन गर्न सक्ने कुनै सिस्टम बनाउन सकिँदैन भनेर हामीहरुले we thought about it and then we built something. त्यसैबाट बनाउँदा we built a system, an entire framework नै जसबाट चाहिँ रिमोटली नै सेन्सर्सहरु स्विचेसहरु कन्ट्रोल गर्न सकिने. So अहिले चाहिँ we are working with rainwater harvesting systems हरुको automated filtering systems हरु गर्नेदेखि लिएर farming agriculture मा पनि irrigation channels हरु कन्ट्रोल गर्न, drip irrigation systems हरु गर्नेदेखि लिएर even sensors हरुको soil moisture pH level sensors हरु सेन्सरबाट डेटा कलेक्ट गर्ने नेपाल भरिबाट गर्न सकिने सिस्टम्स हरु त्यस्तोमा अहिले काम गरिरहेका छौं हैन. So it's a नेपालमै बनाएको सिस्टम हैन. नेपालमै even the circuit boards हरु पनि नेपालमै बनाइरहेका छौं हामीले. So it's been quite a challenge coming up with the entire thing. तर अहिले चाहिँ अब it's finally taking shape. So it's a new startup हामीले गरेको. It started like a year and a half ago.
So this could challenge Kriti dile bhanihalnu to convince people that this will actually help you save your time, better your lives, alikati life like easy banaundai lन्छ bhanera. But I'm sure nowadays when people really do lack that time, tapaile Manish le भन्नु भएको something as simple as fan on गर्न जाने किन नहोस् or आफू बाहिर हुँदाखेरि at night सबै बत्ती बन्द गर्नुपर्ने किन नहोस्, all these things really do take up your time and sometimes you forget त्यही त पानी कहिले आउँछ भनेर घरमा कुरिराख्नु पर्छ, someone has to be there all the time, So providing a solution to all of that, तपाईको users हरुको feedback चाहिँ कस्तो आएको छ यसमा?
So people have been especially IoT मा चाहिँ मान्छेहरु चाहिँ अलि skeptic नै छ अहिलेसम्म पनि, especially किनभने हामीले we started during the load shedding eras अनि सबैजनाको अब यो पानी बत्ती गयो भने के हुन्छ त हैन, अब कति इन्भर्टर खान्छ यसले भनेर हैन. So it was very hard it was a hard sell at that time. Finally people are more apprehensive. They're like accepting naya technology, and especially it's a lot easier to sell. So सबैभन्दा चाहिँ पानी तान्ने मसिनको अहिले चाहिँ मोबाइलमै हामीले माथिको ट्याङ्कमा कति पानी छ हेर्न सकिन्छ and त्यसैबाट पानी तान्ने मसिन 10 मिनेटको लागि अन गर्न सकिन्छ. That has been the biggest sell खासमा चाहिँ किनभने मान्छेहरुको अहिले पनि पानी तान्ने मसिन अन गर्छ अफ गर्न बिर्सन्छ and then overflow बेसी मात्र थाहा हुन्छ. So हामीहरुको सिस्टमबाट चाहिँ अन गरेपछि automatically certain level पुगेपछि अफ हुन्छ.
So that's one of the selling points.
Yep. So every time you see a पानी buildingको माथिबाट पानी तल खसिरहेको देख्यो भने we are like okay, we have to sell smart market. That's an easy sell हामीहरुको लागि चाहिँ.
अनि अल्लारेको बारेमा केही भनिदिनुस् न दिदी.
So Allari is sort of like हामीहरुको जुन चाहिँ traditional valuesहरु छ, a lot of us we don't know about it. So it's sort of transcending the Nepali values into modern mediums. If you go to Tamil, it's like the same kuraharu hastakalako dekhira huncha. So this one we started off with a USB pen drive. It's a wooden Machindranathko चाहिँ नि Makara USB pen drive मा राखेर it sort of explains what that is भनेर पनि अनि why it's there, what is Machindranathko Makara, or like the significance of the entire thing. So mainly it was an educational tool to educate us and everyone about हाम्रो cultures हरुको बारेमा पनि.
Especially so Nepalमा there is so many cultural significance भएको कुराहरु कतिवटा छ. Like हाम्रो इन्द्र जात्रामै भनौं, there is so many masked dances तर the stories have actually hasn't transcended down to naya generation. So there's so many masked dancers. Each mask has like a story. Each dancer has a story behind it.
Right.
So I mean, it's like this is the story. Let's bring it out. So we have like different coasters that has each mask, and there's a story. We have the story in the product as well. Kasari kina hu airacha, kina yo sitapatiharu dekhi liera sabaiharu lakheko. What's the story behind it? भनेर पनि हामीले गरेछ. So we work with a lot of historians हरुसँग पनि हैन cultural हरुसँग पनि कुरा गर्दै, and then we come up with these products. So it's kind of reviving our culture पनि, अनि it's like how to transcend that to the next generation.
That's very true, because I think as Nepalese, we take it slightly for granted that we are so culturally rich and we're very proud of that. But deep down, if someone asks us, what is the story behind this? How did this happen? We don't really know all the answers. So all these products that you make, are they available in the Alchi store?
No, that is available at the local project and Timur Concept Store Matini available. So Alchi is a little bit more for, as the name says, something to do with creativity.
Okay. Yeah, so Alchi, the concept behind the store is like Alchi people are the most creative ones.
Okay. Or they come up with innovative ideas on how to get things done faster.
Yeah, exactly. So the concept behind Alchi is like it's more targeted towards young and the young at heart. So a little more whimsical, creative idea products plus we're having workshops over there, different kinds of workshops for the young people. There's a lack of young generation are like ke गर्ने भन्ने किसिमको कुनै छैन.
And plus things like that about silai bunai, a lot of kids, they don't know anymore on how to afne luga silako or things like that.
पहिला हाम्रो friendship bands हरु बनाउँथ्यो त्यो गर्ने. आजकल it's not there that anymore.
Right. So त्यस्तो कुराहरुको लागि पनि a kind of space is the Alchi store. And so there's Alchi store, Samrajya, Allare, Smart Maka, all these Nepali, uniquely, interestingly Nepali names are incorporated sabai ventures. So why this ekdamai Nepali naam ne use garnu parne kina ho ta tapaihharuलाई?
It's very easy to get domain names with Nepali names.
I think Nepali, हामीहरु आफ्नै Nepali, and we're trying to promote Nepalese in like everything that we do. So why not fight the norms about like Allare? It's wanderer. पहिला त यो Allare ठिटा
नराम्रो तरिकाले
सोच्थ्यो. But it's actually those people collect the most amount of information just traveling. अनि अल्छी पनि अनि सँगैको पसल चाहिँ नि जमरको छ. अनि सो जमरको is like हामीहरुको जमरको तिमीहरुको अल्छी, why अल्छी भनेर, and everyone is like हुन्छ नि, the reason why we are having अल्छी is it's sort of like why alchi bane jasto it sort of triggers that.
It's almost an oxymoron pani like jamar kura alchi sangsang haera but yeah, I think that actually creates like triggers people's curiosity as well pani.
Ke ho ta yo ke garcha bhanne kurale pani haina. Yeah, that's very true. So having a wonderful conversation here with Kriti Di and Manish Dai. Don't go anywhere. Be back and join me at Coca-Cola, the evening show at 6 right after this break. Welcome back everybody after that last commercial break. You're watching Coca-Cola, the evening show at 6 only on Himalaya Television and I am Sadichha. I'm talking to Kriti Di and Manish Dai. So, iti ramailaसँग कुराकानी गर्दा गर्दा almost this is like the last 5 minutes of the show होला. But husband and wife working together in so many projects, I know. If you had to describe it in one word, Kriti Di, what would it be?
One word. It's actually fun. It's not like how people think as to, oh, I'm going to see his face again at home. But I think we have like a different set of combination that sort of works together. And then we try not to bring that home. So we get to play with our kids. So we have like a certain boundaries.
I think that has been the key, not bringing that home. So we didn't have an office as such, and we would work from home. So that was a very hard do. So I think like making that boundary was the biggest. So
काम मा के कुरामा ठाकटुक पर्यो भने घर आएर पनि तिमीले अफिस यस्तो भएर थियो भनेर
Of course,
So what are the pros and cons according to you when husband and wife work together?
Pros is good that we know each other and we know each other's weak points, we know each other's strength, and that way we sort of balance off. So aba kura gardakheri pani if I'm like lacking in anything, he sort of adds on. And the same thing. Cons, and yes, it's like in the end you're sleeping and you're like, oh, the manchilai call gari, the client like call gari. So
a little bit of work does come back.
It does
home,
a little bit
in a certain way. Manish Dai ko lagi chai?
No, I think I agree with what Kriti says too. Like I think being life partners and business partners, we have that telepathic connection. Even when we're at meetings, like whenever I'm thinking something, she knows that I forgot something, and then she can remind her. And the same thing with her too. Like she's talking about something, I know that okay, she's gonna say that, so I can prepare for something else.
Okay. So that balance.
That really works. To a business partner, knowing the other partner very well is very important. And that actually really helps when you're like life partners as well.
Okay. So working together, what are the future plans? So many ventures tapaiharko ke cha ta next step?
So we're actually trying to expand out to other South Asian countries. We just started a venture in Bangladesh. We're trying to move to Myanmar and other South Asian countries as well, Southeast Asian and South Asian countries.
Because I think so many people say South Asia is the future, so when it comes to technology also, when it comes to growth also, because all over the world, usually jati hunu parne maximize bhaisakyo, and this is still a virgin land where there are so many opportunities to do. So tapaiharu jaste, people who have come back from outside looking for opportunities in Nepal, uhanharko lagi ke message dinunhuncha Kriti?
I think Nepal, there's a lot of opportunities that's untapped, and people are willing to change their behavior, they're willing to change their paradigm just to try something new. And it's easily, people are like so easily convinced to try something new too. On the contrary too, there are like some people who are like, it just depends on the price point, this and that, but opportunities in Nepal ma dherai cha, so I would definitely recommend people to come back. And plus the life is much more fulfilling here with family, with kids and your extended family, so it's been good.
Manish Dai?
I have a little different take on it. If you enjoy your life in the US, if you're or like abroad, then if you're having a good time over there, then don't come back, because you're going to have a lot of pains over here. There's a lot of frustration.
I thought this was going to be like a synchronized
when I mean like I think we miss the luxuries in the Western world, and there's a lot of things that we miss. But again, there are a lot of things that really makes us a lot more happier over here. So like being together with the family, especially after having our kid over here, we really feel that we made the right decision. Even here, having the grandparents here, and our mom and dads are getting old too, and them being able to play with our kids and all, just looking at their face while playing our kid, that is worth doing anything in the world. So that actually is worth coming back to Nepal. People living abroad too. Work a little bit, gain a lot of experience and bring that experience back. It doesn't have to be just work, and even like life experiences. Try out different things outside, then come back to Nepal. That experience will help you build anything in Nepal.
All right. Thank you so much, Kriti and Manish Dai, for actually coming to my show and for giving me this edition of Samraja. I will definitely try this. So, तपाईहरु पनि घरमा बसेर आजको एपिसोड हेर्नु भयो, रमाइलो लाग्यो भन्ने आश पनि गर्छु र केही सिक्नु पनि भयो होला भन्ने पनि आश गर्छु. And definitely do try the very first Nepali board game, Samraja. This is Sadichha along with Kriti and Manish Dai signing off, and I will see you guys next week. So, bye.